What are we doing today, Aiden?
A decent amount.
Yeah?
There's a decent amount to get done.
A big day.
Big day.
We say some funny, goofy ass shit.
I mean, you're right, but... Okay. Currently... Well, let's introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
I am Connor. We'll put a little tag right there. Caleb. The man behind the wheel. And we got Aiden over here. The man behind the engine. All right. So currently we are on the way to a undisclosed location, as we would say, to buy a E30, a 1984 BMW E30. We'll get a little picture up there for you. You can see it.
Probably we won't film there because the guy's house. Just for privacy reasons. As soon as it's done and everything, we get done with the transaction. If we do buy it, I mean there'll be shots and fill you in and everything. So yeah, it should be a good time for sure.
Very excited. Got a good price on it so far. We want to talk him down just a little bit more, just to see if we can get away with a little, having to spend as much as I want to. But other than that,
either way,
we have about 3.5 hours till we get there.
Yeah, about 3.
Gives
show
loving
our little destination.
Loving the drive so far. On our way, 112 miles. So we got some time before we get there. Roads, money, all in that order. My sobriety. No, you heard what I said. Make sure all my outfits left.
The 18th.
What is the month? April 4/18.
4/18.
20. F***ing year is it? Are you recording? God damn it. F***ing year is it?
9.
On it.
Almost 1,000.
Oh, f*** you.
Yeah, can I get $9,000? Thanks.
Is it possible we could pull out 10 racks really quick? Is that cool?
She's like, oh, no. Just for a little insight, we're picking up the rest of the money here in some random town because the bank that he has to go to doesn't open till 10, and we have a 4-hour drive. So
Thanks to coronavirus, banks got these adjusted hours.
Right. So we stopped down the road on the way there to get some money.
Give me your money!
Give me your f***ing money! That video is hilarious. Yeah. It's my money and I need it now. Shut the f*** up.
Remember when those JG Wentworth
settlements and you need cash now?
Call JG Wentworth.
I need my motherfucking cash now.
Jesus, we're at a bank. Relax. This is our life. This is our life constantly. We're in that motorhome thing on the way home, right?
The RV Hall of Fame?
Can we please hit the RV motorhome Hall of Fame?
We passed.
we passed this Hall of Fame building, but it was for RVs, motorhomes. We're like, oh, Hall of Fame, and then we saw, oh, it's for RVs.
Who the makes an RV Hall of Fame?
It's kind of badass.
Kind of badass.
Is there a certain way you guys want your $900 back?
Hundreds, please.
All hundreds?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Oh, I
You know we about the racks. So it won't move at all. Basically, the clutch is stuck. Basically.
So what that means is there's problems here. I don't think we're coming back with a car today.
So we're not coming back with a car today.
We were having such a good
We're
time.
already an hour and a half.
And we're almost there. So we're about an hour and a half away. So we've driven a decent amount. We've driven a decent amount just to hear that news. So.
Don't fuck start looking for another car. See, maybe he's got some hookups in it.
Honestly, you probably should. You probably should.
We got a whole day to spend. I might come back with a different car, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you should do. God.
That's what you should do. Like in the area, you should like on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh boy.
It's kind of bright out here. Yuck,
Came in
nose.
hot.
We're at a rest stop. Just figuring things out. No, I'm good. Figuring things out.
I'm upset. I'm so unbelievably upset.
We'll figure things out. I mean, we can look for another. So we can look for another car. There's one. There's
so we
option
can
A.
rush to find another car in
A.
the middle of Illinois and come back with a car regardless. Man, why not just drop thousands of dollars?
No
just
matter
'cause we
what,
can?
come back with a car. That's option A. Option B is to be smart and go look at the car and kind of give it a chance, I guess, and come back with no car. So drive 8 hours in a day, 8 hours for no car,
just to come back again to pick it up.
It doesn't sound very appealing to me.
No, it doesn't sound like you
At
want to
all.
make the trip again.
But I mean, we just gotta figure it out. I mean, regardless, we're gonna go see it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. We're going to see it.
So regardless, we're gonna go see it, and after that, not sure what's gonna happen. First off, we started thinking a little bit, and it just doesn't make sense. I didn't say anything about it, but the left cylinder just doesn't make sense to why a clutch is sticking, and the left cylinder just isn't a common term that's used. But it just doesn't make sense for why the clutch is sticking. So now we're thinking maybe we ditch that car completely, because I just got off the phone with my dad. He said he wouldn't even pay $2,500, which makes sense. Like, I would not either, because new clutch. Who knows what motor work that needs to be done.
Ready? My bad.
Little update for you guys. We found a few different cars that we have interest in. They're all in the same area, kind of. He says he's off at 2.
So it's
I will let you know. So there's this BMW. It's a 2001. And the other one, hey, pull the other one up. The other one is a, what year is it?
89.
An 89 325i. So we're going for the more like the older styles, but if we get like an early 2000s, it won't be bad. So there's that one. And side view. Oh. So they're all pretty cool looking cars.
Zip it up first. And
May or
then
may not have pissed in the second sink today.
That's number two.
I mean,
number two.
The toilet was occupied by Connor. It was a 1-bathroom stall. I had to piss somewhere. We could have crossed streams. Why are you moving all my shit?
Because I can't sit like this. You're like,
You already know I'll be ghost riding my whip, honey. Grandpa?
So we're at the guy's house, and the car looks pretty, I mean, it looks pretty good for the year. It's got minor rust. It probably could use a paint job here soon. But as of mechanically, it seems like it runs fine. I mean, other than the exhaust leak or whatever's going on with that. Other than that, it runs and drives. I mean, it looks pretty clean. It's already got stance on it. It's lowered. It's on coilover. It's got a little bit of camber in the front and back. So, it's decent. It's decent for sure. I'd like to see what's under the hood though. But Connor just went on a test drive with him. He's driving the car, so me and Caleb were just staying back since it's a coupe. And yeah, we'll let you know whether we get it or not. Should be interesting. Gotta rev it, bro.
dude, want me right now?
You gotta push it in a little bit. Okay. So currently we are at this Citgo. And we turned the car off to get gas and everything, and now it won't start. I shouldn't be laughing because we're stranded in Wisconsin. Well, I'm okay. I'm in the running car, but it won't even crank over. It's weird because it was just driving fine. So we're gonna call the guy because we didn't even get like but a few miles away from the guy's house. So, and we figured maybe just try and fill it up and see what happens, but it's not cranking at all. Well, from our previous update, car still does not run, so we got a towing company. They're gonna tow it. We'll get it back to the garage. We'll work on it, see what's wrong with it. It was dumping, so what it was doing, it was dumping fuel, and when we parked it, and it wouldn't start, it wouldn't crank. We had power, so the battery's fine. It's not the battery. I'm not too sure what it could be, honestly.
So I pulled up to the gas station and I turned it off, and we were gonna get gas, and I turned it off and I went to turn it back on because they didn't want me to rev it. So I turned it multiple times and it wasn't starting. So we were like, oh, okay, it just needs gas. The guy just ran it low. We'll come to find out the fuel gauge doesn't work.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just the fuel, so we put gas in it and it still wasn't turning over. So we called the guy, he came over and we bump started it. Well, when we bump started it, it started spilling oil. Gas, sorry. Started spilling gas, so.
Yeah, and now we're on the side of a Target.
Yeah.
And that's what we're looking at here. So we kind of got a car, but
A non-working
this
car.
trip has been so dysfunctional and just didn't really work out like how we wanted it to, but that's how it always goes with us.
But it'll be alright.
I mean, it's a good story. It's a great story.
Yeah.
Fuck, yeah. He's trying to lock it.
The car will be home tomorrow
or
maybe
something.
Monday,
Yeah.
so.
I mean, I'm not worried about getting it. I'm worried about getting it started. Oh man. I mean, it's a good looking car. I mean, it sounded really good. It's low as fuck to the ground.
That'd be slammed.
But
Now we got a 4.5 hour drive home.
home empty-handed. Look at this guy. Poor guy. So yeah, spent a decent amount of money on a towing company, but I mean, it is what it is. Get in the car.
We gotta go get gas for my car now.
Yeah, so we're gonna go to the gas station.
Whoa, whoa,
I see that.
whoa. Whoa.
So,
It is now.
the day after,
It's about what?
I don't know.
350.
349.
3:49. But a lot of things happened yesterday, good and bad. Well, so we said that we told you guys that the first car we ditched, you know, didn't even go look at it. And we found another one. Well,
We ended up finding a 1989 325i for around the same price, but it was an hour and a half farther than where we were already driving. So we ditched the first car because there was so much wrong with it that we found out an hour before we got there. He called me and said that everything was going wrong and the clutch didn't work at all. It just stuck. So I ended up messaging this guy in Muskego, Wisconsin, just over the borderline of Illinois. So he says, yeah, it runs great. It's fine. It'll get you back, no problem.
it didn't.
It didn't. Obviously, because we have no car to show you. But we do have it. We bought it. It just ended up
Being a piece of shit.
yeah, not fully, but yeah, we got to figure out what's wrong with it.
So basically, we got about 3 miles down the road, maybe, if we're lucky. We got to a gas station because we needed to fill up on gas. Well, I was on the pump across from them in the car we drove there. And I told Caleb, hey, rev it a little bit, I want to hear it.
And at this point, I already turned it off.
Right.
So I went to
So-
go turn it back on, and it didn't turn on.
And I'm looking through the window of their car, and I'm seeing them turn the key, and I didn't hear anything. I was like, oh, well,
Not a
that's
good start.
good.
Not a good start.
And
We
so,
ended up calling the guy. He came back and we bump started it. Started. So we knew it wasn't the alternator and it wasn't the battery, because everything on the dash turned on and everything else was working. Wipers worked and everything else, but it just wouldn't crank over. So bump started it. It ran
for
but-
about 5 seconds.
but you couldn't let the RPMs drop to 0 or it would completely just stall out and just stop. So we did that a couple more times trying to keep it running and keep it going.
But at this point, I noticed
fuel being dumped onto the ground. Yeah.
So we spent 10 minutes trying to find where it was leaking out of. It eventually slowed down.
But the thing is, the car is so low to the ground, you can see anything.
You couldn't get
You
your
can't
head
see
under it.
anything. You just feel and hope something feels
Somewhat like might be the problem,
right.
but didn't find anything.
So we left the gas station, and at this point, I was gonna have to left brake all the way home. So basically, I had to keep my foot on the gas at all times on every stoplight or stop sign, and use my left foot to brake
And clutch.
and shift gears at the same time. So it's kind of sketchy, but I was like, all right, I'll try getting home. So we pulled out of the gas station, and probably about third gear, I shifted into third, and the pedal just stopped working. Just became unresponsive.
The RPMs were just bouncing up and down and then just
I
dropped.
shifted back to second gear because I thought I might be bogging down.
But everything was
And I
just
literally
shaking
was like-
at that point. Like it couldn't find. It couldn't
I was like,
find the
Connor,
gear.
I'm pressing the pedal and nothing's happening. So, pulled up on a target. At this point, I just whipped it in there. And, yeah, it was undrivable at that point.
Yeah, it just
there's
stalled
no-
out. We let it stop. Called a tow company eventually, and just
Prayed for the best.
really,
honestly.
we just left the car where we should, and
Now we wait.
dispatched a driver to come tomorrow morning or afternoon. So the car should be here within the next 2 days, I would say. We're hoping.
They said there's like a 3 to 5 day grace period of where they can pick up the car, and so 5 days is the latest, and that would suck.
And 5 days would be risking it getting impounded and
Right.
ticketed. But I mean, they can't give me a ticket because there's no fucking plates on it or a title in the car.
Yeah.
So what they do is just take it and impound it.
So that's where we're at right now.
Yeah.